All right. Welcome. It is time as we go into our Old Gods of Appalachia and our Blue Rose series that is seen across many systems and settings and worlds. And you're currently back in our horror, which we just can't seem to get away from, honestly. So, with that, we will jump right in. So, now, things have been happening here. Lynn, after being wrapped around in fur and tooth and claw, has found herself back in her skin, though a bit more uncomfortable than she was, along with a way to go back, should she need, though at a price that might be high. For one does not just shift on the outside without shifting within. Oh no. In addition, our crew and heroes here had seen the price that almost was paid. The shattering of the deal for Maybell was nearly paid in the blood of all of those in Good Mother Ministries. And only in their interference did this debt go unanswered. The repercussions of such is yet to be seen. Though the more they are here, they feel the darkness has noticed them. The things that usually go about their own way watch these deal breakers. These who interfere in the affairs of others. Who will not keep to themselves. And so these five making their way down the road, a good 5 miles towards town, where the folk themselves have been trying to process everything. The injured conductor, even the people of Good Mother's Ministry, some who maybe are making their way back, others who are being questioned. The sheriff, who doesn't seem like he wants to dig too deep. And some people who want to push it further. It's a mess. And into that mess walks Peridot, Kelly Ace, Sally, and Lynn. So making your way down the road. Anything y'all want to do?
All right. So do we see the town, or are we in the town?
Depends. Right now, we were walking.
Okay.
We were on the road. Then you get into town. I'm asking anything before the town.
Gotcha.
The question.
Peridot.
Yeah?
Hey, you said that you were in the other world, right? With all of us.
Nightfall Narrows, yeah.
Yeah. Before that, can you remind me where you came from?
Well, the Feywild.
Right. And before that?
Now that you mention it, I don't know where I was before that.
Well, this is gonna sound weird, but like when you were in the Feywild, did you have a box? A lot of dolls, in my world, they're sometimes like found in boxes.
No. So when I was in the Feywild, it's kind of a little bit fuzzy because sometimes like spirits like me exist kind of like as wisps of energy, and sometimes we get strong enough to like have bodies and make bodies of our own. But sometimes it doesn't really work out that way. And when, an Archfey wants to like take a progeny, sometimes what they'll do is they'll go to other realms, and they'll make a body out of wood or clay or porcelain, like my face, or other different materials, and they'll put a little wisp inside of it with the memories of the child they take, and they leave it there, and they take the child back to the Feywild.
Oh, so are you? I don't know how to ask this, but are you the child, or were you the wisp?
I'm the wisp with the child's memories in my brain.
So the child, do you remember anything about where they're from?
They were born to a lovely couple named Greg and Sydney.
Greg and Sydney.
But they were just mom and dad.
Do you remember anything like, well, how old were you when you left home?
I don't know. I think I was buzzing around in the Feywild for a couple 100 years at least. Time's a little weird in the Feywild. It's easy to lose track of time.
Oh.
Especially when you go to a different plane, because, man, regular mortals, sometimes their brains can't handle the time difference, and they just forget everything that happened in the Feywild.
Is finding Greg and Sydney something you want to do?
Oh no, I don't think I want to ever go back to them.
Oh, it was bad?
Well, I had to get out of there really quick because the enchantments on my body that like keep me looking like their beautiful, adorable, wonderful child were starting to wear off. And in general, I can make myself appear like things. I can change my form to look like it, but it's just an illusion. But the magic that they put on me only lasts for like a few years.
Did they react badly, or did you?
Oh no, I ran away before they even found out.
Well, I mean, what if they were accepting of you?
Well, I believe they thought they lost their child in the fire.
Oh. Well, yeah. I guess I was just thinking out loud, maybe, and I just didn't know if finding your old family was something you wanted to do, because, it's something we could put on our list of things. Even if it was just like observing them from afar to maybe even test the idea of what they thought.
I don't don't think it would be great, especially because I think at this point they would have, uh, well, they've had time to grieve, and me just coming back and saying, "Hey, I was your child all along. Your real child got kidnapped by a fae, and you'll never see them again," would probably be a lot.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I was just thinking last night, like, what I would do if, like, my mom came back, and, or if it wasn't my mom, but had my mom's memories. And it's weird, but I think I'd, I think I'd like to meet that person, you know? But I'm probably not the best person to judge how others would react. I've seen a lot more things now, I guess. But still, I mean, I just didn't want you to feel like if it was something important to you that you couldn't share it. Anyway, maybe just give it some thought.
Kelly,
Yeah.
I understand that you miss your mom, and in a way I kind of miss my mom, but I also realize that, like, it's, even though I miss her, she's not really my mom. I kind of stole her, or in a way, kind of, sort of. But your
Well-
mom,
Go ahead.
your mom passed away, right?
Under unusual circumstances, yeah. I didn't tell you this, but when I left home, they replaced me with a duplicate. Except, unlike in your case, my duplicate was actually kind of evil, and some things happened, and my mom died. And part of it was also sort of my fault because I did sort of scare her with some magic. But regardless, I mean, it's not like I can't deal with it. I was just thinking, like, as time has gone on, meeting someone like you has kind of made me start thinking back on that a lot. Except honestly, if my duplicate had been someone like you, I don't think there would have been a problem. And I wouldn't have minded even sharing. So even if Greg and Sydney don't work out, like, once this is all over, if you need a place to stay or something, I mean, my world's kind of weird, but not terrible.
I was really kind of hoping that I could see if I could get inducted into the Blue Rose like you guys, and I don't know, use my powers to help people. And well, I also have a backup plan too.
Well, I mean, if getting inducted into the Blue Rose is your goal, I think we can make that happen.
Really?
I mean, we are the Blue Rose now. I'm sure I could talk to the others about, like, we could, like, put together, like, a formal thing.
Like a ceremony, and Peridot's eyes get, like, really big and sparkly and just like
Yes, exactly like that.
I love ceremonies.
I'll tell you what, once we find a breather, maybe we can plan something out.
sounds awesome. Do you think there'll be cake? Even though I can't eat it, I love big cakes.
Yes, I think we can make cake happen.
Do you think Lynn still likes cake?
Well, she is. I don't know if she's actually vegetarian or not, but I thought she was for a while. And cake is kind of vegetarian either way, so you should ask her.
Peridot kind of like puts into her mind, is cake vegetarian?
And Kelly will go back to walking.
Right. In that case, as you approach this town now of Baker's Gap, people have gone to open up their businesses now. It's been quite a few hours since the drama of the morning. And, well, there's a lot more, still more to do. People have the chores at their homes and things to keep busy. And things really going as usual. Though of note, as you start to look down the main street, you can see that there is a large locked bar over Rising Creek Baptist Church. Bar in the door.
Hey Ace, maybe they listened to you finally about the hole in the church.
You think? Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't really hear you.
Maybe they listened to you finally about the hole in the church because they locked it up now.
That or they're just building over it and hoping. It just takes a bit because it's a big hole. But hopefully.
Is this where they play the games? Like Jack's place?
Oh, the chess club?
Yeah.
There's a chess club on the left.
Oh, wait, no, they said it was like a speakeasy, right? Like something under something.
Yeah, it's a
So-
chess club that's the disguise. It's the chess club.
Is it the Lucky Yo?
No, no,
Matt?
not the lucky. It's not the lucky,
I don't think it's actually on the map.
Get that.
Like labeled.
Isn't a speakeasy like a bar?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a hidden bar. Because at this time in history, apparently, they don't like people drinking.
Weird.
Yeah, that's one thing I remember from history class.
I did not. I figured that out when I tried to get some.
I do believe you're looking for the Ward Hardware and Lumber. Let me double check. This is where the chess club meets.
They gave us a password, right? Like a.
He didn't give you enough so that you would be recognized, yeah. But if there was to mess with.
It's funny, it's right next to the Lucky Yo.
What is the lucky yell? I'm kind of interested now.
That's what you met and ate there. It's like a diner.
Okay.
Oh, that's where we met Jack.
It was a bar, but of course can't be a bar now. That's illegal.
Are any of you good at playing chess?
Surprisingly, yes.
Really?
No, but how hard can it
Yeah.
be?
I don't know. It was kind of like a dork club in high school.
Is it like dragon chess?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I've seen people play dragon chess before back home.
No, yeah. When I was younger, I had a chess tutor for a while.
Really?
Long.
Ace, there's
Yeah.
so much about you that I've never known.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it much.
Well, it could come in super handy right now, actually.
Oh no, I'm always down for a game. What do I need to do?
Well, I don't even know if we have to play, but apparently this chess club is where all the people go to gamble and stuff, and it might at least get us a table where we can sit down and talk to this person or these people.
Yeah. So, come into the hardware store. It's healthy, and everybody is. See people. The lumber. Some of it is being cut. You see people filling orders, and another young gentleman is moving around, grabbing. Looks like a packet of nails, getting ready to go ahead and purchase it. And you can see, in addition to the counter, there is another individual who seems to be working on a project of some type. It looks like maybe a stop for a door or wood frame. And they themselves have a little table of supplies, and right up against a door. It's nice, metal, and heavy. You can see what appears to be the sheriff himself walking on in, and taking out of his front pocket, he takes a little what looks like a pawn, shows it, and the person just gives him a nod, and he unlocks the door and lets the sheriff go on downstairs.
Oh, the sheriff's in on it. Does anybody have one of those weird things that guy just showed?
No, but I know how to get one. And Perida's going to go over to the guy who's making like the doorstop and be really interested in what he's doing and ask, "Do you have any woodworking tools for sale?"
Oh, little girl. Yeah, I got and starts to give you over there where you could find anything that you might need.
And I'll just like be chit chatting with him about like how my daddy used to work with wood all the time. He would make buildings and boxes and carts.
While distracting them, I will take the tools we need.
All
And
right.
how much would these woodworking tools be?
What is Ace trying to steal them?
I would like to purchase them, but if Ace wants to steal them, I'm
Trying to
like,
steal
he can go do what he wants.
them. Give me a speed challenge, please.
Okay. Okay, let me check. Where's my thing?
Natural one.
My skills. No, I just need to check my skills to see if any of them apply. Never remember. Where's my sheet? forgot. I remember I had all right, all I know is I have that stealth stat.
So yeah, I'll let it be lowered because I agree with you. I know how we made the characters.
You have that, and since I can't find my sheet right now, I'm not going to use an effort because I don't know how much speed I have. All right, 17.
Very good. All right, and I will say, based on everything, and I should have done this at the end of the last session. I think about it, but everybody can add 4 experience.
Oh.
In addition, we'll do a full recharge of your sheets.
Oh my freaking god, yes.
Oh boy.
Because we really hit Railroad and Maybao arc hard and basically did it. So
Lynn has been limping here this whole
Yeah.
way, impaired with no recovery rolls.
Blue Road
Yeah,
is
it's been pretty
always the
bad.
hardest to level do any of it because we just narratively move so like smoothly to one thing to the other. It's always like it's so different than some of the other ones,
We'll be ready to level up soon.
depending on how much everyone spent.
Yep.
There's my sheet. Yeah, I have no other stats for it.
All right, but so with that, Ace, you find everything you would need to begin working.
Ace, completely misunderstanding Peridot's intentions, gives her a thumbs up before taking them.
I love it.
Peridot has no idea what you mean.
So does Peridot then go and buy everything?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do we have money?
I have money.
Whoa!
Capitalist does.
Hair flip. Peridot didn't leave Nightfall Narrows without money. It magically changed when she came here, though, to these paper things.
All right. Yes. So, for the sake of this, we'll say all of you have $1.50. Kelly, due to your card, you'd have access to $10
All right.
because you do have a
Is this
special
money we would've-
item. Assuming you brought your item, which I feel like you might have, but it's up
Is
to
this
you if
money
you
we
feel
would've
you
made-
didn't have. Sorry, go ahead.
So I just had a question. Is this money we would have made before we started this, or after, like when, just like before the world, or like during it?
I think maybe
out of
Jack helped you out, possibly.
Okay, I'm just curious because if it was before, I was just gonna say Ace definitely would have none left.
I don't think we can add cents, can we?
I don't know how it does it. Talking about in the character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on what they let you input.
All right.
Mine lets me do 0.5.
Then let's just say $2 if it's going to be easier. I want whatever works on the.
All right. Ooh. So I just kind of would walk up to Ace and Peridot. So what are you gonna do with those?
I'm gonna make a set.
Oh.
So how much would my woodworking tools be?
So for a nice set here, it's going to be $1.
Okay. Woodworking tools minus $1. is $1. Because I've been demoted in money. That's okay. And then because I am proficient in woodworking tools, I would like to try to make the same shape pawn thing that we saw the sheriff holding. Out of a piece of wood.
Yeah, I think given a few hours here, you can definitely do that.
Like we're all outside behind the building, just all
Yep.
huddled in the circle as I'm working on it. Just
So Ace, this game that you're gonna play, like, how good are you?
I've been to a few tournaments. Never won any, but I placed a few times. Got third twice. So I'd say I'm like above average.
Okay.
He seems like anxious about it, but it does seem like he's also like, I guess I put one of my proficiencies is just like, because Ace is from the regular world, instead of dragon chess is regular chess, so Ace is very good at it.
Sally,
Yes.
have you ever played chess?
No. Nope, mother never had one. And I'm pretty sure in my past life that would have been too boring for me.
What kind of games did you play growing up?
Mother never really let me play games. So, and she thinks really hard. I don't. It's fuzzy. I think I remember playing a board game with my butler.
You had a butler?
Yeah, my dad. She pauses for a second. Was important. Like, ran a part of the town. So he never gave me much time.
Wow, we actually do have a lot in common.
That was a long time. Well, I don't know how long ago that was. Weird.
What about you, Lynn?
I've played dragon chess before, but never chess.
Well, sounds like Ace, you're our guy.
And are we sure I have to play someone?
Well, not really, but I thought you might enjoy it. I mean, you used to like go to tournaments and stuff. It's kind of a big deal. Maybe you could teach them a thing or two. You might even be able to do some moves and they'll name them after you because they probably haven't even been invented yet.
Oh yeah, everyone here probably so much worse.
the only game I know how to
I guess it
play
would be
is
nice. Sorry.
Peridot kind of just like pops up because we're talking about games. It's like the only game I know how to play is 52 card pickup.
Sally kind of holds her Tarokka deck away from you.
He's just looking at Sally, expecting her to fall for it. Yeah, no, it would be nice to play a game of chess for fun. I don't think I ever did that.
Yeah, you might enjoy it. Plus, we'll all be there to root for you.
I could put my $2 on you.
I
Yeah,
haven't played
money.
in years. I don't.
We're gonna
I would-
gamble.
No, I really don't think
Oh, don't be
that's a
so
smart.
good
modest.
idea.
When the sheriff went through the door, was his pawn of a notable color? Like, was it a black piece or a white piece? Or that wouldn't really matter?
So it was black, but I was giving that to all of you. Unless you want to do something particular with it.
No. Just
I was-
curious.
Yeah, it was one of those. Yeah, it's no more, but got a good enough look to get something.
Oh, I have an idea. What if you play the sheriff piece for some information?
Oh,
He has to
yeah.
know something.
Ooh. Maybe you can play him to get him to free that guy
Yeah. It'd be
because
Just
it
like,
wasn't his fault.
just like in the movies, you like have some money there, and he'll run out of money, and you'll be like, "Well, I'll take that there case file you got, sheriff," and he'll pull out a Manila envelope and put it on the pile.
So you guys are asking me to grift a sheriff.
I don't know what that means, but we do
It
want you to
obviously
beat him.
sounds like you want to.
I am 100% willing to do this. Now I'm excited. This was just like an idea before, but now this is like.
I mean, that sheriff is shady. Let's be honest.
So are we just getting the guy free, or are we taking his money too?
Well, information, I think, more than his money.
But if you pick up some of his money, I mean, we could definitely use it because we're going to run out.
Okay.
Maybe
have
you
a
could put
plan.
a house on the line too. We get to have our own house.
Are we
I have a
considering?
plan.
Don't you guys have a house?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll take property in the. Oh wait, I don't know about that.
Ace, are we
What were you
considering
saying?
sending you in there alone?
No.
Do we think we need 5 pieces then, or do we think 1 piece is enough?
What if we're like his groupies? He's like world-renowned chess player from Transylvania.
They all have seen us. I feel like that ship has sailed a little bit.
Yeah.
But what we can do is, what we can do is we can just pool our money. I'll lose we'll bet normally the first few games, and I'll lose, and I'll spend the time just stalling and learning how he plays. If I can do like a check to do that, and then I'll just try to play him for information afterwards once I'm out.
Wait, did you say
Oh.
a check?
Okay, yeah. So I really love you guys are really
Like a roll.
assuming they're playing chess down there. So if you want to keep talking, that's totally fine. I just don't want. I don't want you to be like, we made this
Yeah.
really good plan for 20 minutes, and then turns out not so much.
They're totally not even playing chess. The guys probably we're gonna go in there and it's gonna be in the speakeasy.
Turns out Ace is
It's
good at
the bar.
poker.
Yeah.
Nope, he's not. He's just good at chess.
So I think you can go ahead and demonstrate your pieces that you've made, which gives an odd look from the person, especially who was just talking to Peridot, the young girl, and then
I just smile at him.
starts to look over to the main desk and then stops themselves. You can see them very slightly whisper something, like to themselves. Talking out loud but not making a sound.
Message.
And then nod to themselves and opens the door. Alright. Have fun playing chess, y'all.
Thank you.
Is there visible on his person a card with an R on it or anything like that sticking out of his pocket?
Looking carefully.
Mhm.
You don't see a card with an R on it.
Okay.
Got like the Monopoly card.
All right. Go down the steps, and there are several. There's a barrel that has a tap in it. There are chairs that have tables that do have some homemade chessboards and chess pieces. None of them currently of any use. At one table, you can see the sheriff, who is sipping a mug, sort of looking. Actually, he just at a wall. It seems, not really paying attention. A few other people from the community are there too. About two others who quietly are just sipping. One of which is looking at the chessboard and looks like they're playing a game with themselves. There is no one operating or near the tap itself. It's just sort of open. Looks like you take a mug, you fill it, and you drink in your own time.
There's not a lot of activity down here, guys. Maybe
Does
that comes
anybody-
later. Go ahead.
Well, does anybody seem to be whispering to themselves like the worker upstairs?
Looking around. Some people talk to themselves, but not like a whisper or anything like that.
Okay.
Well, maybe they have like a tournament later. Maybe it's like a certain. I look around for the walls to see if there's like anything written here, like the tournament's tonight, or I might even try to just make some small talk. Get that? What?
It's not an actual chess club, and she points to the keg.
What do you mean?
You just get drinks and hang out down here.
But that guy has a
Remember-
chessboard.
Yeah, because I'm sure they have to actually have a chessboard in case the law comes knocking. Like the actual law, obviously not the sheriff.
But the law has come knocking. He's right over there.
No, it's literally right
You know what
there.
I mean? Like the actual.
Wait, are you telling me? Well,
I think
Ace had
it's
his
more of a
heart.
gimmick.
That can't be right.
We could still try to challenge him to something.
Well,
It might be up for a game if you put money down.
I'm sorry, Ace. I thought this was.
I'm
a
just
chess.
gonna start walking up to him, waving my $2 in the air, and be like, "Hey, how about a friendly wager?"
To whom? The sheriff?
The sheriff.
Okay.
I'm going to jail.
We're just gonna
Hey,
gamble with the sheriff.
what the? And as the sheriff kind of looks,
I'm gonna sit down next to him and fill up his thing for him.
there's the coming down the stairs. See the man who was working the front counter, not the one that was by the door. And the sheriff kind of goes to say something, and real quick, the person coming down says, "Sheriff," looks, "Bill, what are you? They're nimble." Oh, understood. You want to wager $1, young man?
Well, not necessarily. Whatever you want to do, but you know, I'm bored, and you know, you're just sitting here having a drink alone.
You
Heard
got
a
the
whisper.
sheriff who
Oh.
he's almost 60 years old. Now he's moving his body, breathes a bit heavy, sips on his shine. Well, I'll certainly be able to play a game. Whatever you feel like a wager is, $1's a bit much for me. I'll do a dime.
Sounds fair.
Go ahead, Peridot. if you're trying to whisper.
Peridot was going to whisper to Sally and be like, "We're nimble? Does that mean we're young and spry and easygoing?"
Maybe.
Unless it's a code word.
Could be that too.
The person who came down the stairs, who the sheriff called Bill, just kind of take a look. There's Ace over there. Looks at the four of you. And we'll go and kind of address with his eyes Kelly and Lynn. If you are interested, you come recommended. I have a job, but you came down here to enjoy yourself possibly now, so I don't mean to bother you or anything. He seems to be talking with quite a bit of deference and respect. So either you see a small rope by the tap. It goes, you just pull on that when you're ready to hear more. If you're not right now, and I'll come back down and also pull on if anybody gives you any trouble. All right?
Sure.
Understood.
And he looks at you, Nayland, again, and you see his eyes fall on the necklace you now have. As he goes, if you get back up to the clutch, please let them know we did as they asked.
All right. And your name is Bill?
Bill Ward, yeah. And,
Sure.
goes on back up the stairs.
Oh, maybe when Ace finishes his game, we'll hear what he has to say.
All right. So, scrying off the sheriff. Dime on the table. It's a lot of money. It's the 20s.
This high stakes chess match
It is.
in the middle of our campaign is so fun.
It's pretty high stakes.
I have a plan that I want to try to enact.
Yeah,
out.
you talk to me about what you want to do here.
Okay. What Ace is gonna try to do is he's gonna try to put himself in a place, like while playing the game, just kind of chat him up about like meaningless things, how his like to the plot basically, like how his life's going, family, things like that. Up until the point, and during it, he's gonna try to put himself in somewhere where he has less points, so it looks like he's losing to anyone that doesn't know the game very well, but is in a very
Just that there
good
were
position.
points. That's fantastic. Okay.
And so he'll have Bill will be in much better position, and
Okay.
then from there I'm gonna try to offer him, basically I'm gonna raise the bet to $1, but only on my end, and if I win, he just has to answer a few questions me and my friends have.
Okay. Okay, cool. So we will do the intellect for the deception, for the trick.
Cool.
First.
I will
That being said, if everyone is sort of watching this dramatic chess game, anybody wants to do to help or whatever the role, you can participate.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna put an effort towards this. I'm just seeing if anything I have really cuts it down. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'll just put in 2 effort for it.
Sally is going to say in your head, using her telepathy and friendly advice, remember, Ace, be sneaky like you got their skills. Don't let him actually see your motives. And
Oh yeah, I guess because I am trying to like deceive him. Can I use my stealth skill?
I was just gonna say I'm giving you an ally suggestion involving their next action, which would give you trained in something for 1 round. So like I'm trying to like say not more sneaky, but like your deception of your face.
Okay,
So,
so
like-
they're giving you the trained asset here.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm pretty much helping you.
So not so much stealth. This wouldn't be stealth. This is trickery. Very different.
Oh, I have deceiving.
So I'm going to give you. So basically, I'll let this be a instead of trained, it's expert or whatever. I forget what it is. So you get 2 easements for it.
Cool. And then I'll use 2 effort.
Okay, roll it.
10.
Okay. So now your thing was looks a little nervous at you. If I lose, what do I need to do?
Just answer a couple of questions. And he's been filling it with mostly innocent questions to, you know, kind of
Yeah.
lull him to a sense of trust.
All right. Goes. He looks at the dollar. All right. Let's do it. So, now to win, this is another intellect challenge. To win at chess, it is hindered because you purposely you're in a position that's unfair to you based on what you're trying to do. Because you're doing more than just winning, you're winning in this very disadvantageous way.
Okay.
So you tell what you're putting towards it, and if anyone's trying to do something.
I
Things
will.
refilled. I think
I've got well, I don't know if this is gonna count, but I have an ability that I always forget to use it, but this isn't really what the ability is for. But it's called levity, and it's meant to actually help with recovery rolls. But the wording on it is through wit, charm, humor, and grace, you are trained in all social interactions, other than those involving intimidation or coercion. During rest, you put friends and comrades at ease so much that they gain the +1. Or maybe actually, you know what? I don't know if that's going to work. I might use this instead. Yeah, I will try to use encouragement. Encouragement will cost me an intellect point, and it's well, I maintain the ability through ongoing inspiring oration. Your allies short range. Wait, I'm sorry. Your allies ease one of the following task types: defense, attack, or tasks related to a skill that you are trained and specialized in. Which would be, I guess, deception, because he's.
Yes. So I think what does it look like as you are doing this? So you're going to give the easement. How are you? What's it? What's the narrative?
I think she would kind of make her way over, like drinking a water, and but she's going to do this in such a way to make it look like she's actually encouraging the sheriff. saying, "Oh, you've got this sheriff," and all that. But it's very clear, probably to Ace, that she is actually trying to just put him at ease so that he makes a mistake. Maybe.
Okay. Sounds good.
Lynn might.
Also, a quick question: Did we? Sorry,
Yeah, you could go, Aiden.
I was just curious. Did we also recover our recovery rests with everything, Matt?
Yes. So you
Okay.
you have all your recovery boxes back. So your plans,
Okay.
your points go back to max, and you get all your recovery boxes back.
While the pair are playing, Lynn is going to try and keep their drinks topped up, keep the sheriff on whatever was in the tap, but secretly only give Ace water, so that the sheriff might become sloppy while Ace stays sharp.
Ooh, I love it. So that's 2 easements from your party. Peridot or Sally, anything?
Sally does have something. So, this time though, it involves her going into the mind of the sheriff and using my terrifying presence ability, where the target, you convince one intelligent target of level 3 or lower that you are its worst nightmare. The target must be within short range to be able to understand you for as long as they do nothing but speak. The target is paralyzed with fear, runs away, or takes some other action appropriate to the circumstance. I want to let kind of his move slip, like giving that advantage to Ace. Like, and by doing this, Sally's going to say in his head, as her mother, don't forget about our deal.
Wow. Give me an intimidation.
Yep. I am training that, so that's a 17.
Woo!
Okay. So Ace, with all your help plus Peridot, was there anything you were trying to do?
I was thinking about something, but after that, man, I'd be terrified.
You're like,
Uh,
I'm good.
Matt, can I change mine?
I guess, yeah.
It costs the same amount of points, but I just realized this would be better. It's called fast talk. So Kelly would like take up a seat next to the sheriff and like be talking really fast, but like making these suggestions of what he should do with like his pieces. And of course, she doesn't know how to play chess, so it's a reasonable suggestion because she doesn't know actually how to play. But she's like making these like suggestions of what he could do to beat Ace. And talking like really fast, like this annoying
Okay.
girl at the bar
Okay.
just will not
I'll
leave
give
me
it-
alone.
Yeah, based on your all like essential clout here, I'll allow it. Yeah, sounds good. And is that doing an easement as well?
What it does is it's trying to it tries to convince an intelligent creature who can understand me but isn't hostile to me to take a reasonable action on their next round. And the reasonable action I want them to take would be a terrible action in terms of chess, but only because Kelly doesn't know how to play. But she thinks that the pieces would look better if they were lined up, like color coded better. And so she's trying to like get him to do that without actually saying that.
Color code?
It says as long as he's not put in danger.
They're the same color.
I don't know.
All one color.
Different sizes then. I don't know.
It's all good. Okay. So yeah, so given the asset, sounds good. So I'll tell you, Ace, with everything going towards you between Kelly and Lynn getting got drunk and Sally being terrifying, you could choose not to roll and simply have this work, or you could roll and try to so do a little bit of a challenge here, and the benefit would be that you'd be able to get more information than even what you're aiming for. The downside, of course, is there's a 15% chance of a GM intrusion.
I'm gonna risk that because
Yeah.
Gamble.
Yeah.
way more fun that way.
That would suck if you didn't. Let's do it.
Risk, 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 risk.
Hey.
8, okay. Perfect. So, out of a little distracted and off his game, and you very sharp, and a few times he almost knocks over his king by accident because his hand is shaking because of what's in his head. So he looks, but you get him in checkmate. Out of nowhere, you have 3 pieces to his 17, and yet there it is. He looks and whoa, and a little off. All right then, I'm in fair is fair. Here's your dime. And what do you need to know?
No. That's off the. He gives him his dime back. That's all for you. We called off that part of the bet.
Oh, all right.
I'll look at the group.
Oh, I was going to let you lead this, Ace. It's your moment.
I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Why are you so willing to let this whole situation with the train just get wrapped up neatly? You arrested the guy conducting the train, completely convinced that it was just him. You don't need to investigate where the bodies came from or anything. It's all his fault.
Well, I mean, he was the only one to arrest. No one else was at the scene. As far as it being wrapped up, I mean, we took it to the judge. He said that we arrested the man really for endangering the lives of Gap people, but it's a matter for the railroad, really, and the agents that come there. And we went ahead and sent a wire, so it's kind of out of my hands.
Wait, the railroad has their own like weighted court system, basically.
Well, they'll send their investigators, find out what happened. They coordinate with the federal ones, but I mean, yeah,
Doesn't that
go ahead.
make it super convenient for them to tell you whatever they want happened?
Yeah, that's the law, though.
Nayland pushes him a fresh beer or whatever it is that's on tap.
Bless
Have
you.
you ever made a deal with the railroad man?
The railroad man. I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, Kind of looks off. No, I don't know what you mean. You talk about Barrow and Lock, rail combine. They will come through and they're asked for a priority check on some goods that we have to some paperwork to get through that day, and they make generous donations to the town and such. Got me a nice chair last year, but that's just, expediency.
Were you around, sheriff of this town, before the railroad was built?
Oh, I remember when it was being built, yeah. Yeah, I was around.
What did you do back then?
Well, I was deputy. That's how things have gone here for a while. Just like my deputy, when I'm ready to go, he'll put on the hat and the boots.
What do you know about the mines?
Where's your boss now?
My boss.
Sorry. The guy who had your job before you.
Oh, he died. Go ahead,
I
Kelly.
guess that makes sense.
What do you know about the mines?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm told there are mines close by that people work at. I assume they're connected to the railroad.
Well, the closest one isn't operated by Barrow and Lock, but the one a little up more, people will go to 2 days and come on back down. That is, yeah.
Has it been around as long as you have?
That's a bit more recent, I think. It's not really in my jurisdiction. Don't keep too much track of it, but I've been hearing. I mean, they make mines all the time. I mean, they're always blasting. I don't have the time to keep track of all that. Always buying the mineral rights from somebody. And, well, here, there's already someone just on this side of desperate to sell it to them.
Well, I'm currently looking for a place of employment. How would I be able to work there?
Well, just the man keeps let's see, of the local one, though that's a little more of a family-owned mine. Doesn't do so much that really competes with Barrow and Lock, but the one up there, they come down every once in a while. Though, if you put the word out, you can definitely get a job with them.
Where does Barrel and Lock have its office?
They have multiple offices. They don't keep an office in town.
Who's the representative here?
They change, go on and off the rail, but the last one, I believe that escorted everybody up was Jimmy Smelter.
Jimmy Smelter.
Yeah. Been doing it the last 4 or 5 months. They usually last a little less than a year. Come a little bit after winter. And then, don't quite, they get on the rail, go wherever they're going to go.
Sheriff, when did the weird stuff start happening in town?
I've been around. In these hills, there's always been something. The people who are from where you sound like you are, think is weird or strange. So I really don't know what you mean.
I'm talking about zombies, people coming back from the dead.
Oh yeah, some Zon, whatever. No, he didn't see this, so he's like, I don't know what you're talking.
Oh, I thought he was there the day that Shelly and I got chased.
He was there, but he didn't see these people.
Oh, that's right. He just saw the body, right? He just
Right.
saw like the.
Yeah.
All right.
Why is the church locked up?
Well,
Are you guys like,
with the repairs, Pastor just said that it was best that if nobody was in there, we make sure nobody goes in, just for safety until it gets all repaired right. There should have been some more coming in, but, well, you know, kind of laughs. I'll just say Bill likes to take his time in doing anything for the church.
You ever been to the Clutch?
You heard? I've had reason to go talk to those women every now and then.
What's your
how do
take
you
on
get
them?
to not murder?
Well, a bunch of people breaking the law, but they don't harm nobody. At least, well, I hope they ain't. Been some issues. People being attacked. A few people claim they keep wolves as pets out there. But every time I go out, I mean, I see wolf prints, but I mean, I looked. They let me look pretty good. Didn't have to, neither. Well, not that they had any legal right to stop me, but well, didn't see anything that suggests they train wolves or anything, though. It's been a problem. A lot of wolf attacks lately. I'm too old to go hunting them. And the judge, he ain't gonna approve us hiring out anytime soon.
Have you ever had any issues with the trains before, like you saw yesterday?
I ain't never seen anything like that. People just standing there.
When the train was being built, did anybody new come to town of note, or anybody take office? The judge or the pastor? Anybody like that?
No, I mean, the worst thing that ever happened here was the matto of the man from the railroad and the magistrate. But that was 10 years ago. I guess 20 now. But up there at the Walker House. But other than that, that was just back when it was being built. I mean, people not of note, no. People from
man
all over.
from the railroad?
Yeah, a man from the railroad. He, I wasn't that involved in it. The judge serving at the time, old guy, fella, him and the man went up to the Walker House. And, well, they must have done. That was back when it was fully functioning as Pleasant Evenings. and mossy, and well, might as well have been her wife at the time. And the girls are all up there. They killed the magistrate, murdered him outright, claimed that it was self-defense, and there was a lot of blood. 20
What ab-
people died that night.
What about the man?
He died too.
He has a grave, a tombstone?
No. But, I mean, they said he was gone. You have to understand. The only one from that night who has a tombstone was Jackson, the magistrate. Everyone else wore heaps of skin. Bloodless. Bones were... They were arranged like railroad tracks right up to the house.
And other than the walkers, would anyone else have a name of that man?
No.
What about like a police report or a family?
No. We made a deal that night. Pleasant Evenings would shut down. And, well, you have to understand, the people who died weren't really anybody. Just mortals vagrants from the Good Mother Ministries that... Well, it wasn't the Good Mother Ministries back then. They just camped out in that area. The speaker, Timothy, there hadn't come yet. But, so they didn't have anyone who knew him. So we cleaned it up. Didn't file nothing. And, the only other woman who died there, Ellie Blevins.
That was Miss Walker's wife?
No. Old Melvin's daughter. So a man named Melvin Blevins drove all of you here.
Oh, that guy.
He agreed to. I think they did a private ceremony for her. She was found strangled, but they wanted it off the books too, and so, as far as anybody knew, any women who were there left, went to other whorehouses. Well, that was that, and everyone went back to living their lives.
I don't know who has the locket with the picture in it, but Peridot kind of has a moment of like, and then she pats on the shoulder of whoever has the locket. I'm not sure if it was Lynn or
I
Kelly.
think it was Lynn. No, it wasn't Kelly. I think Lynn had it.
Yeah, it's Lynn.
Lynn, show him the locket. Ask him who's in it. No one's been able to give us a straight answer. He might know.
Okay. Sheriff, do you know these kids? And I'll open the locket from the
Looks
incident by the water.
His face kind of grows a little pale. Huh. Yeah, I know him.
Jeez.
Lynn, calm down.
My sisters are calling.
Who are they?
I don't rightly know. Well, I lost the bet, so those were, we called them, we used to call them the emissaries. Way back when I was a kid. Back when I was a knight of Death Island.
Oh.
You were one. I'll take out the thing I got for the night of Death Island.
The old wooden sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of laughs. Yeah. It's kind of funny. A thing that I know we didn't start, but is passed on now for, dang, probably over 100 years. One generation of kids inducting the other. But those two. And now at Death Island, you swear to go just before dark and make sure that everyone leaves. Every night, never failing, until you're out of school, as long as your daddy don't catch you and give you a whooping.
Sheriff,
Yeah?
Mrs. Walker's wife,
Yeah?
did she really die?
Well, he never said she died,
Okay.
but
Could you describe her for me?
Blonde hair. She didn't come down much. I'll give you a description.
Okay. I was just trying to rule out the lady at the clutch. It doesn't sound
No,
like her.
yeah, no. But she kind of go. But if you didn't, and sometimes, especially the more amorous of our young community, as a knight, you might have to go in and get people out of there. And sure enough, the first two not living people you'd see were those two. The first and best offer you'd get before the darkness came. And that's when that sword there in the hand of pure, well, ish hearted youth, that was your own defense.
Sheriff,
Yeah.
since you were a knight of Death Island, this is going to sound silly, but would you be able to knight us?
I mean, that would go against, I guess, the order. No, I mean not by. I mean, it was all made up, but no, not by the rules. Only a current one could bestow it upon the others.
What does it mean if the two people that you would encounter are found dead?
What do you mean?
Well, what would happen if these two people were ever found?
You mean their bodies?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was one of those things that, older kids would say these ghost stories to us. We'd think it was funny and they'd choose us. And then it was only on your first night you realized they weren't kidding. I don't know. There's only one night I ever had to get anybody out of there. And,
Who was it?
I've moved on from back then. He ain't around no more, but there was a girl I was sweet on at the time. We had a date coming up, but turns out she had also a date that night with another fella. But I remember ground grew thick the more angry I got. Anyway, she made it out all right. He, not so much. I mean, he made it out, but not before they got a hold of him a little bit. I don't remember all of it. Just that my sword crumbled afterwards. It burned, caught fire. My granny just said that I had violated my oath and not helped all I could. When I told her about it. That's why we say don't go out there at night. That's why I had to. Only a few of us ever saw that. Most folks around here, if they did grow up here, they were thrown out by the knights and never, ever saw the truth of that place.
There's still knights today.
I'd hope so. Who else could rescue anyone who's stupid enough to stay there after night? I wouldn't go there. Not on your life.
I think the only other thing I had on my list was, how do you know Jack?
Jack?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean Mr. Fields?
possibly. I'm told he is involved with this place.
You could say that about most places, I think, in Tennessee. But, JT Field keeps his things good. You know, he came to my office one day and just put a case of chest supplies down and just said, "I'd appreciate your consideration." What I can tell, ain't nothing he does is bad. Just doesn't like people looking too much into his business. Heck, he even has done some good by some definitions. He does what he wants to do. Help people nobody else would ever want to own property get some. So, nice property too. Not too much to not snoop around. And of course, he knows you all. You're acquainted with him, but I mean, otherwise, believe me, you'd be in trouble for coming into a place like this if you weren't associated with him.
I'll just look at the rest of the group, see if they have any other questions.
Who's the new magistrate?
Oh, judge? Yeah. Well, that's Judge Kraft. And, you know, it's nice and quiet, and he doesn't have much to do. Big cases here are tried over in Tipton. But, you know, he mostly takes care of, you know, people who fish in the reservoir without a license. You know, you have to understand, we don't do much fuss over that. He just was the next one to go, you know. Just like Mayor Raff, he won the coin toss. That was fun. We had roasted pig that night. Oh, but I wouldn't bother Judge Kraft too much. He isn't all he was. Best to leave him be.
I guess my other question, how much do you know about Timothy?
Speaker Timothy?
Yeah.
Okay, good mother. Not much, actually. I mean, I know he ain't always he. But depending on when you go up there and what you're talking about. But you know, them people up there, they found their own way. The railroad doesn't seem to mind whatever they take. They never talk to me about it. I just kind of let them be. He's coming to town. Actually, he's always the one who comes to town. She never really has, I think. But,
Was it him or her chanting on the railroad track?
he. That was Speaker
It was
Timothy. Yeah,
Okay.
the Speaker Timothy persona. And,
What about yesterday with him on the track? I mean,
yeah.
the train was coming for him.
He's in the prison cell now.
No, Timothy.
Timothy,
He should be the one. Is he?
Timothy is, yeah. We took him too. But, I mean, the judge is supposed to rule on him. I don't suspect we'll keep him for long.
Did you lock both in together?
Well, we only got the one cell.
Uh-oh.
But I ain't never seen something like that. That would have been. Oh, that's why I'm very happy to have Baron Locke be nice enough to take care of this for us. They're going to come in and file all the paperwork.
Yeah, it would have been a tragedy to rival probably only that one 20 years ago with the magistrate and that man from the railroad.
It's true. Except not as easily cleaned up. We got lucky on that one. But out here, strange and awful things happen often enough. Often enough that you learn the best thing is to not involve outsiders and sweep it quietly wherever you can make it go away.
Well, I think we'll let you get back to your duties now, Sheriff.
All right. I didn't
If
realize
he
you all
leaves-
were as nimble as you were, so just keep in mind, you come against me out there in front of everyone, I'll have to go against, but as long as you keep out of the way of people, I won't bother you.
What exactly did Bill mean by nimble?
Oh. Just what we call those who are backed by Mr. Fields.
Right, of course.
Someone comes in his name, Jack, we just say they're nimble.
Jack, be nimble.
Yeah. Quick.
Be quick. Got it. Yep.
If either we're leaving or this guy's leaving, at some point I want to talk. Ace wants to have one question for this guy privately.
Okay. Yeah, he goes to leave, so you can go ahead and do it.
And the excuse I'll give the group is he'll be like, I still have his dime, and then I'll run after him. He'll go to the guy and I'll just be like, sorry, last question.
Yeah.
I need to know everything you know about contacting the person you guys made a deal with. And I'm referring to Mother. Didn't they make a deal with Mother?
Not that he would know of. He doesn't know what you're
Dang.
talking about.
Never mind. I'll just go back in.
Just so you all know, if we ring that rope over there, they want to talk to us about a job. But before we do that, did anybody else get this feeling like maybe the Walker sisters were holding something back from us?
I mean, they're definitely not telling us everything.
I mean, not that they have to. I mean, there might be a lot of stuff they didn't even think might be connected, but it just seems weird that there's this man from a railroad 20 years ago. Nobody knows who he was. And,
Keep in mind, you never talked to them about a railroad man.
oh, so this was, okay, that must have been before we knew about him.
It is, yeah.
Never
You
mind.
thought about going over to them after and say that, but you decided to come to the town first.
So we were still dealing with the Jack stuff
yeah,
back
you never quite
Okay, so instead, I'll
circled
say,
around to them at that point.
well,
And
we
then-
should probably check in with them at some point about that railroad stuff, and maybe they know something.
I am a little worried about the railroad people coming and collecting Timothy and the driver.
Yeah. Melvin?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you mean the railroad
No,
guy.
Melvin. Yeah, the guy that
Melvin.
Peridot and Nayland helped.
Darnell Flipper Gun.
Yeah, because I'm just worried
I'm
that
invested in him. I'm sorry.
worried that they'd make them disappear, and whatever they actually know, we wouldn't learn.
Yeah, I mean, they already tried once.
I know he said he'd stay out of our way if we didn't get in trouble, but, prison break?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking it, Ace.
Wait, what? We're going to break somebody out of prison? Who's in prison?
I mean, it's just jail cell. He said it's only one cell, so
Wait, which one's in prison?
both of them, Timothy and Darnell.
Both of them. Oh, okay.
And
They're being held until the railroad's investigators get here.
All right, I think right there we're going to go ahead and do our break. Alrighty. What'd y'all like to do?
Well, we have that rope. Unless there's something else we want to check out in town first.
So are we doing a prison break?
What? Oh, we're still on that?
Well, I wasn't sure if we were doing that first or we were going to go talk to the walkers or not. I mean, I don't really remember when we were there. It was all a bit hazy.
Well, I mean, they were some of the first people that took us in.
What I mean is I wasn't there for the sessions.
Oh. And they were nice enough. And also, I do remember she seemed sad. Anyway. Sounds like we have some options. We can check out whatever this place wants us to. I can't tell if they're working with the clutch or not, based on what they said earlier.
I can't see how they would. The clutch doesn't really work with men.
Maybe they just hate me.
I think they hate a lot of
We
people.
have
They don't hate, they just have firm boundaries.
Yeah, if you can't pass each other on the street, I'm gonna classify that as hate.
Okay, well,
What do we want to do then?
Well, I agree with Kelly. I want to follow up on Bill, who works here.
Yeah, he said he had a job.
yeah, and even if we do want to check out the walkers or the good mother, I mean, we're right here right now, and we might as well hear what he has to say.
And then figure out his relation with Jack.
And
He must
But he-
have one if he has a code word for his proprietors.
but Bill, I don't know. There's something weird about this place. I can't put my finger on it, but maybe we'll find out. Shall I? And I kind of walk up to the rope.
Yeah.
I pull it.
So you pull. Ding. Hear a sound upstairs, and a few minutes later, you see Bill now. He's dusting off sawdust from himself, coming on down. He goes like this. Annie, I might have some time down here. Why don't you go mind upstairs? And you see a woman from a corner that you did a corner, very dark, kind of finally steps out. You see her holding a rifle. And she throws the rifle to Bill. Says, "All right," and takes her way upstairs.
Did you guys see her in that corner? I didn't.
Neither did I, but I'm obsessed.
I wouldn't be like that when I grow up.
Kind of laughs. Well, she's my little sharpshooter. We've been happily married for some time now. Anyway, I want to talk to y'all. If you came recommended.
By who?
Mr. Fields.
Hmm.
At least, I'm really just looking for you all to make a run for me. 2 nights from now.
Track and field?
Goes. No, it's just, there's an exchange of money and chess pieces. I've got the wagon and all ready. I'll have it all ready for you, and get a good mule there too. Just take it all up. I'll tell you where, and the Moonshiner will he'll make the exchange for you. And you just bring it on back, bring the barrels back, and I'll tell you it's a whole $1 for each of you.
First, what's your relation with this with Jack?
Well, I guess Jack sets up the contracts, you could say. Helped me get in touch with the Moonshiner and everything that we needed to know, and
Okay. And I'm sorry, where are we delivering this again?
well, you're taking my money and bringing the goods back here.
Right, where are the goods?
Right. So that's just up in the hills a bit. Sure, I'll give you the map where it takes half the night up there, but it'll he'll come down. Just we had me and him had a little altercation,
Oh.
and if he's so angry about it, or I would just rather it'd just be better if I could, might be some runners for me.
I was wondering why suddenly you'd need a group of strangers to do this run for you. Is there anything we should know about your Moonshiner? What kind of altercation was this?
In the last 2 shipments ago, I was shorted about 40 liters of liquor. So I talked to him about it, and he put his hand around my throat. And he kind of pulls his collar down. You can see thick bruising all around his neck. And on the back. Even a little bit up by his ears. And I woke up and he was gone, and my brother was the only one left. Brother woke me up and we got on down. But something's off about him.
What's his name?
Just call him the Moonshiner.
I'm sorry, but this town, I mean, the Moonshiner, Railroad Man, I mean, does anybody use actual names anymore?
I don't know any.
I don't even know the
railroad
sheriff's name.
man. What, Sheriff Hodge?
Sheriff Hodge, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Goes, listen, I mean, I don't know about any railroad man, but I don't know. Talking about the Moonshiner, it's just, what he does isn't quite legal. He just calls himself the Moonshiner. Well, actually, he doesn't call himself nothing. just Mr. Fields said the first meeting he said go up there with your money in a wagon, and the moonshiner on Nietzsche. I figured he was just intermediary, but I saw his face, and it still is just wrong.
What's wrong about it?
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of things for a group of kids. You don't have to mince your words.
He had no skin on his face.
Oh.
It was just... It was as if it had been plated over with tree bark. With muscle bleeding, bloody through the gaps. I'm just trying to... I just want a few more weeks so I can go up there and not upset him. And I figured, you being associates of Mr. Fields, that I'd be better able to do it.
Yes, we definitely are. They call me the cheerleader.
Well, then, basically, if you head to the south edge of the reservoir, that's the best place to meet him. But 2 days.
2 days.
Come by in the back. We'll hook you up and give you everything you need.
Okay.
Can we
All right.
discuss in private real quick?
Yeah, good idea.
Are we private now?
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but having no face and bark for skin sounds really, really interesting and kind of scary.
I feel like it's weird. He wasn't even going to mention that till we brought it up.
It also seems,
Go ahead.
well, he can prove he was injured. We don't know that the squabble is exactly what he said it was. Not to mention that if Jack introduced him to this guy, that means in some way Jack is involved in this, and we might be able to leverage that over him.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. We don't... This town is weird, and if Jack is treating us like an ally, I don't want to lose that.
I don't know. I don't know who the good guys and the bad guys are in this town, honestly. But I guess if it's just a job, we can do the job and just not do anything evil on the way there. It's only $1 too, so if we get fired, who cares?
Kelly, that
You do
man was
realize
willing to bet 10 cents against Ace in a game of chess, and said
We learned,
that
like,
was a
all of
lot.
Yeah, and we learned all his personal secrets for $1, basically.
Really? And I just pull out like $10. I have like all this.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, but don't wave that around. Put that back in your pocket.
Sorry. I'm just saying.
You're going to get robbed.
Well, how do we all feel about this? Really feel about this? I'll do the job, obviously, but are there any good people here? I feel like everybody's got weird motives and nobody's telling us everything. It's just weird.
Isn't that just like how people are?
No. Usually I can walk in and ask people questions and they'll tell me things.
Maybe everyone's just scared.
Not used to not
It's
having
hard to
money.
openly share.
I mean, you walk into a room with money and people will listen to you.
Yeah. But everyone here could still just be scared. Like, if they're afraid of whatever they did or certain the repercussions of them, you know, or even just like ashamed. It's not like we're asking them about their average days. We're nitpicking into serious things that people want to try to sweep under the rug.
Yeah. Okay, well. Okay, so let's do this job. If we do the job, and as long as it doesn't lead us down some wild goose chase, what are we looking at after that? Are we thinking walkers, the good mother?
Well, that's 2 days from now. I think
Yeah,
there's a
guess.
lot we can do before then.
Like what?
Well, I know Sally and Peridot wanted to maybe visit the jail.
Okay, I mean, sure.
We could break out Timothy and the other guy and take them to the walkers for safekeeping.
How do we get them out, though? Like, that's a really long way to travel. Do we just get them on the train?
Plus, there's no guarantee that the walkers will look after two convicts. They wouldn't look after the kids.
Wait a minute. Guys, we have a wagon now.
Well, in 2 days we'll have a wagon.
Oh. I thought there was like a 2-day trip. Well, if that's the case, maybe we can just ask if we can borrow the wagon to make sure it works. You know, take it for a test spin. That's what they do at like car places.
Do we have a horse?
We could ask about getting a horse.
Like, can we drive the wagon without a horse?
I mean, he said he was going to give us what? What was it? A mule? Mules are like horses.
Yeah.
You're just smaller.
Maybe we could rent some horses and we'll just like ride the horses out to the walkers and then ride back, go to the jail, whatever y'all want to do there. Or maybe go to the jail first if we're trying to get them to the walkers. And then go to the walkers and then come back and then take the wagon to go get the stuff from the guy with no face. Is that kind of what we're leaning at?
I'm not
Is it-
really sure what we should do with them.
I don't know either.
I don't know that the walkers will keep them. I'm worried that Timothy's just going to go back to the woods with the good mother, but I mean, they're the ones who tried to stage that whole thing on the railroad. I don't know what letting him out is going to do.
Yeah, Sally, why do you want to let him out?
Because if he's connected to the good mother somehow, and the railroad comes and they just take him away, then we lose that information that he has. Or we're giving the railroad that connection and allowing them to get stronger with it. Because we don't
Gotcha.
exactly know, like, if it's real or not, and it seems like he has power over people. And that's why I say
Maybe
the
we-
walkers would at least be able to keep him away from going back there.
Or
Even
he
if you have to drop him off at the clutch and have them hold him.
I don't know if they're going to hold him.
Well,
They might eat him.
I'm just saying we need to keep him somewhere where he can't harm others or harm himself or be taken away from.
Or
Maybe he just goes
Yeah,
off on his own.
I doubt that though, because I feel like Lynn's right. He would probably just head back to the people.
we can still contain him ourselves until we figure out everything he knows. It's just a precaution to make sure the railroad doesn't swipe it under the rug.
Well,
That's the
I
best
guess
thing to do. What are you gonna say, Lynn?
well, the first step is talking to him, right? I mean, if we talk to him in jail and I mean, there's a version of this where we decide we don't need to take him out, right?
Are we gonna let the fate happen to Darnell too? I mean, you guys said he was innocent.
Yeah. Do you guys think that
And we are the Blue Rose, Lynn. Are we gonna
Yeah.
let an innocent person pay for
No.
crimes they didn't do?
No, I'm not arguing with you, Sally. I agree. We need to get Darnell out. That's for sure. I guess I'm less worried about what he's going to do once we let him out.
Sorry.
Well, go ahead, Ace.
I was gonna say, I just want to clarify. I'm only agreeing to this not because we're the Blue Rose and the right thing to do, but because Prison Break.
Do you guys think that the spirits or souls or whatever that are claimed by the Railroad Man, is that what goes to Death Island?
I don't know, but it sounds like the Railroad Man's been around a lot longer than Death Island. Or less time than Death Island, based on what the guy said. Hodge. Unless he went by a different name back then. I still don't know if he's connected to Jimmy Smelters, or if he's connected to the guy who disappeared, or if he's connected to the new magistrate, or if he's connected to anybody at all. We don't know anything about him. I feel like we haven't learned anything regarding him. Other than the name of this railroad company, but I don't even know if he's connected to them. But if it's important to some of you to break this guy out, then okay. But I also think that we need to talk to him before we break him out, because we have no idea what his intentions are, or if he even wants to be hidden.
That I agree with.
So you can at least get in. I could probably convince the guard to let some of us in.
We're on good terms with the sheriff. We could probably just get a visit.
But also remember what the sheriff said. If we go against him out in public, he'll have to arrest us.
Exactly.
We're not going against him. We're just asking a question.
And Lynn, no one's really asked this, but you really seem to like being a wolf. Are you like intending to become a wolf again?
I don't know. I can. The clutch, they gave me a way to, but it's not something that's permanent. It would be temporary, and I would need, well, I won't, I'm not, it's not like a toy to play with or whatever.
I guess I'm just asking if you'd rather be a wolf than an elf.
No.
Good.
I just want to be useful.
Well, you're always useful, then. You don't have to be a wolf to be useful.
Yeah, well, I did learn that. I don't think the wolf is really going to help us with this railroad man. It's whatever.
I just mean you have really good ideas, and I'm glad to hear your voice again. But anyway, sounds like we're going to this prison. Maybe we can sneak in, or I can come up with an excuse to get us in. maybe we're church people, children, and or maybe family. Probably. Maybe we're just people delivering food. Maybe we can pick up some food on the way there and we'll deliver it. We'll say we're part of some sort of local religious organization.
Why don't we try asking?
Hmm?
Why don't we just try asking if we can talk to them?
Well, yeah, but in case they ask why are we there, like it helps sometimes have an idea, because I can convince people that we're supposed to be there. I'm not sure what angle we want to pull here, if it comes to that.
We could lie and say we're from the railroad.
I look at all of us. Well, maybe they're hiring. I guess they would hire teenagers for that.
Or you could say that we're journalists, and you're investigating what happened for the
Yeah, like a new teen magazine.
Well, I'm pretty sure the only person out of us that they haven't met is Esther.
No, please don't do that to me.
Maybe we could say Esther's Timothy's daughter.
I mean, yeah, I guess she would do it, but it doesn't mean it's a great idea.
But the sheriff has met all of us, except for Esther.
Yes, that's actually true. Yes.
So our ruse wouldn't work unless we stole a bunch of clothes to look like other people.
Which we've done before. That's how we got into the school.
Unless we sent Esther in.
And unless we sent Esther in, right? But before we go deciding that, is there an angle we could pull here? I mean, I am a member of the Blue Rose, guys. She's not.
I know.
I still think we can just lie and say that we're preliminary investigators for the railroad.
Oh boy. Okay. Tell you what. I'll do the talking until we get in, and then you ask whatever questions you want. I'll come up with something to get us in.
But Ace, I'm too iconic with this dress.
I'll say this. I'd
How
say
big are you?
Sally. This idea of saying you're from the railroad, claiming to be an entity's property, or being from an entity you know is a quite powerful thing indeed.
Ace, you might not want to say that too loud or too much, because you might Remember how Maybell said that the railroad guy was coming to pick one of us? And you keep on saying we're from the railroad, you're gonna be part of the railroad.
All the live long day.
Yeah.
Ace gets like a devilish grin hearing that. His gears are turning. When are we going to the mines?
Not for a while, I think.
All right.
Anyways, I'll make sure to keep it to a minimum.
What does that mean?
The stuff that Sally said not to say.
Yes, in fact, Ace, it would really be great if all the things you wanted to say, you waited until we were in the building, right there in front of the guy, and then you can just like say anything you want. Okay?
Yes, Kelly, none of us are going to talk. You're going to do the talking and you're going to get us in. This is your bag.
It's my expertise.
Yes. Sorry.
All right. So are we heading to the sheriff's office?
Yeah, the jail, the county jail.
Yeah. So this is one building. Everything's one thing. To the sheriff you just played chess with.
Oh, he's there. Okay. This will be
Probably.
fun. All right.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you guys, we are. It's like a small town. Come on, there's one sheriff.
I don't know. You could
maybe
be
a deputy.
patrolling. You could be off duty. I don't know. Maybe it's a deputy.
We'll find out as you get there. But for now, we're going to end for tonight and come back with your traveling there next week.
Citizens Arias.
Anyone watch? And watching, thank you so much, and we'll see you then.